Hello.
Hello.
Yes,
Hi, Julie.
hi. Hi, good morning, Yvonne. How are you?
Yeah, I'm doing well, thank you.
Very great to hear. Well, since this is the first time that we talked with each other, okay, I want you to be comfortable with me, okay?
Okay, no
And
problem.
yeah, great. And don't be shy with teacher Julie, okay? And first, we're gonna go ahead and do some brief introduction about ourselves. So we can just follow the guide that we have here. Okay, so you can just state your name, about your job, and then your hobby, and then something about your family, and then some special experience. But if you want, I'll go ahead first. Okay, so you will have an idea of what to say. And if I am very fast, just tell me, okay? Just call my attention so that I'll be able to slow down for you. Okay?
Okay, no.
Is the sound okay? Or can you hear
Yeah,
me
yeah,
okay? All right. Because a while ago, my students say that it's kind of she cannot hear me very clearly, but I hope this time it's okay.
yeah, very clear. Don't
Wow.
worry.
Okay, Yvonne, my name is Juliet. That's my real name. So I prefer to be called Julie, just to shorten my name, okay? And
Okay.
you can call me Teacher Julie if you want, or Julie, it's up to you. And my job, I actually work two jobs. I have a job in the morning every weekend. This is every Monday to Friday, okay? But
Mhm.
during Saturday, I only work. I also work like teaching, but it started in the morning like this. And I don't have my first job because my first job is a call center agent. If you're familiar with phone operator, those people who's taking in phone calls, so that's what I do in the morning every weekdays. I talk to Australian people, American people, inquiring about, the product that they have. That's what I do in the morning. And then at night, I am teaching English to student like you. So I
Mhm.
work two jobs. And for my hobby, I love cooking. That's really my hobby. I think every time that there is a special occasion, I make sure that I cook regardless if it's a birthday, a Christmas, every occasion there is, I make sure I cook. I also
Mm.
cook every weekend. So later on after this demo, I'm gonna go ahead and prepare to cook our dish. Anyways, for my family, you know what, Yvonne, we are a big family. I have two sisters and four brothers. Imagine we are seven siblings, and I am the eldest among them. So my youngest brother is 12 years old. So he's already grown up, but I also have my own family now, so I don't live with them anymore. With my
Mhm.
own family, I have two kids. I have a daughter, she is 11 years old, and I have a son, and he is turning 7 months old this coming six. So that's just a bit more about my family. And then, if you're gonna ask me about my special experience, one of the most memorable experience that I have was when I went abroad to work. The reason why it's unforgettable is because I got to adjust when it comes to the lifestyle because it's a different culture that they have. I need to study their language just for me to be able to speak with the people there, and
Mhm.
also for me to to have friends, of course, because if they cannot understand me, how am I going to be friends with them, because they also speak not very much English. So what I did, I studied their language, and luckily I was able to at least get some information and get some knowledge when it comes to speaking. It is actually a Muslim country that go with. That's why it's also it feels different as well. That's why it's a really unforgettable experience for me when I went abroad. Okay, so that's just more about Teacher Julie, and I want you to be comfortable with me as I've said, and if you can tell me a little bit more about yourself this time. Okay, yeah, go ahead.
Okay, no problem. Okay. My name is Evonne. Evonne. That's my name. And okay, I'm from Taiwan. And as the job I work, I'm a purchasing manager.
Purchasing
Yeah,
manager?
yeah, I'm a purchasing manager. Um, Mostly okay, my work is a little bit complicated because in addition to negotiate with the current suppliers we have so
Mm,
far, um, I also have to make an annual purchasing strategy
mm.
for my company, and I have to. I also train.
Oh,
Have to train the my subordinate and to make sure their performance uh, are as good as uh, what I have to be.
okay. So you have to train your subordinates. S-
Yeah, subordinate.
So that's part of your job. You have to
Yeah.
train them. Oh, okay. And you also said that you also make some annual purchasing strategy. So it's really a kind of, yeah, your job is kind of complicated when it comes to, marketing strategy. Is that about it?
No, not about marketing.
Marketing? Okay.
It's actually it's not about marketing because I'm in purchasing department.
Mm.
So I have to make a annual purchasing strategy and a report in the beginning of a year to my boss.
Oh, okay. Oh, since you're
Yeah,
in the purchase means you're the one who's buying, the
yeah,
products. Oh, so you're the one who's making that report for your boss.
yeah,
I got
yeah,
it now. Okay. So yeah, it's kind of it's a big responsibility that you have there, in your work, with with your job. But for
yeah.
how long have you been a purchasing manager?
I've been this position for 3 years.
Oh, that's a very long time now. And are you enjoying it so far?
Yeah, it's actually quite challenging because it's quite complicated, but also very interesting because I think I can learn very much,
Yeah,
not only in purchasing or just have to negotiate with the suppliers.
exactly.
So yeah. Okay, and then my hobby. I think my life is not is quite simple. I have two daughters.
Hmm.
Yes, I have two daughters. One is the elderly is 5 years. Is 5 years old, and the youngest is 1.5 years old.
Oh,
Yeah, and when a lady becomes a mom,
yeah,
their life, their interest in their hobby also getting different because their life is getting changed. So now, um, I love I love to reading and blogging when I am free. I also love to watch movies.
okay. I love that too.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
love watching
Uh,
movies, right? What kind of movies are those? Like, are you more on comedy or adventure, action? What type of movie?
Actually, I watch many kinds of movie, include comedy, tragedy,
Hmm.
or some independent movie, such as the movies is not mainstream
Okay.
or yeah, yeah,
Like the indie film, like independent film, like not the one in
yeah,
Hollywood or mainstream.
yeah,
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 because if you know that I'm also, I also love independent film because the acting is more, the acting is very
Unique.
unique, and it's
Yeah.
really the real acting, not unlike, the mainstream actors that with when it comes to their acting skill, it's not that unique as what you said. Wow, we're also kind of the same thing with that. And yeah, so there's really a lot of hobby that you love to do. And you know what? You're right. When a lady becomes a parent or a mom already, our life really changes, right? Before, when we are just, young and we are just single, we just tend to buy
Mm,
things that we love. But this
yeah.
time, since we have children, we need
Yeah.
to prioritize them. They're the one who
Yeah.
needs to be given, attention and priority first. Okay, about any special experience, can you tell me a little bit more if you have some unforgettable moment in your life?
Mm, okay. I think uh, my last job
Hmm.
it is was quite interesting and unforgettable because okay, I worked in public communication industry. Okay, probably 8 years
Oh.
ago. Yeah, and we we were specialized in the in making in helping our client to an make an public and the marketing strategy for their new product. And we also are were responsible for the execute
Hmm.
for this for the project.
Okay.
So for examples, like um, uh, conference events or new products released on the market events, such as these kind of activities we are responsible for.
Hmm.
So we have we so connecting with the celebrities are very common
Wow.
for me. Yes, and so I knew some celebrities or artists or singers, movie stars, of course in Taiwan.
Oh
In
yeah.
that period, I worked on the last job.
Wow.
Um,
Okay.
s- yeah, I also knew uh, some secrets from the
Wow.
celebrities on their private life.
And you just have to be careful with that. Don't tell anyone because it's their secret.
Yeah,
Wow, that's quite an interesting job. That makes it more unforgettable and it's 8 years. Imagine 8 years.
yeah,
So, wow, that's very, a unique type of job that you have there, and you even get to speak and then talk with the celebrities that you have there in Taiwan. And you're very much particular when it comes to their secrets and their private
yeah,
lives, and you just have to keep
yeah.
it to yourself then because it's about their self. You know what, Yvonne, I really do appreciate those you expressing yourself, but we just have to be careful with the words that we're using, okay? And don't worry,
No problem.
that's the purpose of
Hmm.
having this demo and having this lesson in class. We're going to practice more about it. You say here, my name is Yvonne. I'm from Taiwan. I work purchase as a purchasing. Okay, you can just simply say I work as. Okay, as a you have to put as so that we
Okay.
can. I'm just gonna go ahead and put this one in here. Okay, to make sure that next time you're not gonna forget because. As a purchasing, okay, so this is the one. I'm gonna highlight it yellow so that those are the things that we need to remember to put on. Okay, purchasing manager, and mostly what you have to do, I also have to make annual purchasing strategy for my company and trained my subordinates. So this is the word that we need to just pronounce correctly, subordinate. So these are your colleagues that is have lower rank than you. Is that what you mean with the subordinate? your colleagues, your those employees that you're hire with your with the position. Is that what you mean by that?
Yes.
Okay, I'm just gonna go ahead and put the meaning so that we can make sure next time we can practice more on what do you mean by the word subordinate. But very good with this word. I appreciate,
Okay.
you're using words that is not very familiar, which is like
Mm.
this, subordinate. I'm just gonna put a comment so that we can use it as part of our no, additional vocabulary. And there's really a lot of things that you do, huh? If you're gonna ask teacher, there's your role with your company is a very big role, okay? And come to
Mm-hmm.
think of it, you're also a mom. You have two daughters already. You said here, I have two daughters. The elder is 5 and the youngest is 1 years old. So we can just say the eldest, okay? You can
Mm.
just use the word eldest for that so that it would be
Mm-hmm.
correct when it comes to saying that who is the oldest or the elder. I'm just gonna put what word we need to use, and
Mm.
I'm just gonna highlight it yellow again so that it would be the things that we can remember. So you have two daughters, and then the eldest is 5 years old, and the youngest is 1 year old. Just
Mm.
have to put year because it's just one. And you're
Okay.
correct, when a lady becomes a mom, our life really changes. Okay, so you can just
Mm-hmm.
insert this one to make sure our life really changes. That's correct. You know what? When I become a mom, I used to, buy clothes, buy things, buy stuff to myself. But the time that I become a mom, I'm thinking, oh, I'm gonna buy diapers, I'm gonna buy milk, I'm gonna buy those kind of stuff. And it's very challenging as well to become a parent at the same time you are a career woman. If you can see, your job is, very, you have a lot of things to do, especially when it comes to your
Mm-hmm.
work. And you said that your most unforgettable experience is your previous job. It is because you've been with that company for 8 years. But why did you leave your previous job?
Okay. Because I I'm really tied on that industry.
Ah.
Uh, yeah, because the working hours is very long.
Oh, okay.
Uh, yeah. And you have to be on call
Mm.
anytime, And and I also have to work on weekend every now and then. So
Okay, that's why
mm,
the work
yeah,
schedule is not very likely, especially if you're a mom. You cannot just
yeah,
be on call every time,
yeah,
correct? So I got you there because
yeah,
I also left my previous job because of that. The long working hours, and then even if I'm at home and even if I'm on leave, people keeps on calling me, oh, I need to do this, we need to process this, we need your signature. You know what, the time that I gave birth to my son, they even went to the
yeah.
hospital because they need my signature.
Whoa,
Yes, yes, it
crazy, too
is.
crazy.
And I said, yeah, you just come here and then I'll go ahead and sign it because I used to work in a foundation here in the Philippines. That's also for like
Mm-hmm,
6 years. Yes, like 6 years straight. And it's very tiring work, if I may say. I'm kind of exhausted, and then I wasn't able to even feel that I have off because during weekend, like what you said, I need to, you know, call them, call people, and then make sure that everything is on place for my boss. So yeah, we
mm-hmm,
have the same, thinking when it comes to that. The reason why I also left. Okay, so
okay.
please take note of the words, okay, that I have highlighted for you. But make sure that moving forward, we're gonna go ahead and practice with that. Now let's move on with our lesson, which is part one, reading. Have you read this article that we have? Not
Not
yet. It's
yet.
okay. We're gonna go ahead and read it this time with teacher, okay? May you please
Okay.
read to me the title of our story? What is the title of the article that we have?
Okay, friendship.
Friendship. How about you? Do you have a best friend? You
Yeah,
do.
I have five.
Wow,
Uh, I have five close
you have
friends in my life
wow,
so
you have
far.
five close friends. So, for how long have you
Yeah,
been friends? Do you know? Do you count how many years have you been friends?
yeah, around over I think 15
Wow,
years.
that's a very long time. Well, me too.
Yeah,
I do have two best friends that I consider because from the time that we were young, like almost 20 years that we are been best friends. And you
yeah,
know what the good thing about it? Our children are now becoming best friends. So imagine the kids that we have, they are now being best friends as well. And we make sure that every weekend we come to see each other, talk to each other, exchange things, exchange ideas with our lives, something about that. Okay. So, moving forward, I'm going to go ahead and read first the first three paragraphs that we have, and then after I read it, you can go ahead and continue with the rest of the paragraph. Is that okay? Okay.
okay, no
So,
problem.
it says here friendship is one mind in two bodies. Your friend is the man who knows all about you and still likes you. A real friend is one who walks in when when the rest of the world walks out. So that is kind of, a very interesting information that we have here. Imagine your friend, you have five friends, and they are the people who knows everything about you, but even if you're not in your good mood, they still like you because they
Mm-hmm.
think they know for a fact that it's not really your personality. You have something better to give, so they still likes you. That's what I actually can think about that. Now, Yvonne, I want you to read this the next part of the paragraph, okay? And then I'm just gonna go ahead and highlight the words if you have mispronounced some of the words, and then we're gonna practice on that after. Can you continue? Some friends.
Okay, some friends come into our lives for just a short time. Others come and stay forever. Think about your close friends. How long have you known each
Mhm,
other? Some people say that their spouse or family member is their best friend. Others says others say they have known their close friends for many years. And some great friends haven't known each other all that
mhm,
long, but knew right away that there was a connection or bond between them. Could it be that there is a twin spirit out there for each of us? What turns a stranger or acquaintance into a
mhm.
friend? Do you know right away if you are going to like someone? Some people think that any stranger can become a friend if they spend enough, if they spend enough time together. That may be true for
Mhm.
some people, but one thing most of us agree on is that true friendships seem to happen when people have something in common. Perhaps we see a part of ourselves in our friends. Maybe seeing the good in them helps us to see the good in us as
Very
well.
good. Yes. So if you can see, I just highlighted some few words. Could you go back to the first part and then check this one, the one that I highlighted first. Then could you
Okay.
say closest? Yeah,
Closest.
closest friends. So close, it comes from the root word close, okay? And then you just
Hmm.
have to put
Hmm.
est to make sure that it's your closest or your best friends. So it also means the same thing, closest friends. So and then you can you read this next word that I highlighted? Connection. Yeah, connection
Connection.
or bond.
Connection or
Great.
bond.
So connection means like your how close you are. So I'm just gonna insert the meaning of this word because it comes from the root word connect, meaning the act of connecting or the state of being connected, such as whenever you are for example, if you are, if an example sentence is the connection between two ideas, so they are like connected. For example, we can also say that me talking to you, we are connected by just speaking over the phone. So something kind of like that to avoid confusion. I'll just go ahead and add this to our vocabulary. All right. And then bond. What do you mean by the word bond? Or how do you also consider the word bond? Is something that binds, all right? Or something that goes along together, like that. So that's what we mean by that.
Mm-hmm.
So you agree that you having a best friend, you are like connected with each other, you are bonded always. That sometimes you don't want to be separated with each other. It's just kind of like that. Okay, let me just
Yes.
make sure. How about this one? Acquaintance. Can you say that again to me, please? Yes,
Acquaintance.
acquaintance. Acquaintance is a friend or someone that you know, but not really that close to you. So just like a common friends that you have. Because having a best friend is a people or a person that you are really close with. Okay, but
Mm-hmm.
acquaintance, the difference about acquaintance is a people or a person that you just know or you just met, and then you become friends or become acquainted with. So they're not really familiar of what is your personality, unlike your best friends. Okay, so you're just like casual friend like that. That's what we mean by that word.
Okay, I see.
Not really that close. You're just acquainted with them. You're just speaking with them. You're just talking with them. Something kind of like that. But
Mm-hmm.
you know each other, but you're not really that close. Okay, not considered as part of your best friend. Okay, I'm just gonna go ahead and insert also the meaning and sample sentence so that you have something to review on for the word acquaintance. How about this one? You kind of have a hard time saying this one. The last one that I just colored. Um,
Okay,
spend.
Spain.
Okay, spend is something that you spend your time together. You use your time with. That's what we call what we also mean by the word spend. And that is correct, right?
Mm-hmm.
Because it seems that whenever that we are with our friends, we all most of the time spend enough time with them, especially if we really love that person and our best friend. Okay? So far, do you have
Okay.
any question with our article in here before we move on with our question and answer?
No
Okay,
question.
so the speaking part, this is a question and answer. You just have to express or try to explain the meaning of the sentence in your own words. Okay? Let me just read to
Okay.
you the first sentence that we have. Your friend is the man who knows all about you and still likes you. What do you think does that mean?
Um. Okay. Um. The best
Mm-hmm.
friend for me is that that he or she accept all my personalities, includes uh includes all the uh um includes all the how can I say that defect. It include all the defect.
Is it the difference like that? Includes all the difficult like that?
Yeah, like
Could you write it down for me?
I mean, okay, a
Oh, the
disadvantage. Sorry.
disadvantage. Okay. So it includes all the disadvantages in you. Okay.
Yeah.
And is this what do you mean by this sentence? So you said the best friend for
Mhm.
me is that he or she accept all my personalities, includes all the disadvantage, right? So that is
Mhm.
correct. So those best friend that you have, as I said a while ago, even if you're not in your good mood, even if you have this kind of attitude that is kind of bad, not really very bad, but kind of bad, they still accept you and they still likes you regardless of that. So with this one, we can better say my friend or a friend, okay, accept my difficult or my shortcomings like that. We can also use that word
Mhm.
just to simply
Yeah, sure.
you just to simply the word disadvantage. Okay, my friend accept my shortcomings and my personality like that. So we can just simply use that one. And what do we mean by the word shortcomings? It also can just simply say those things that you tend to, an imperfection or lack that distracts from the whole, like, or your imperfection, something kind of like that. Because we are not very perfect. We are not perfect. We are only
Mhm.
human. We make mistakes sometimes. And then even if we make mistakes, our best friends really, really make sure that they still accept us. And then sometimes they also give us advice, right? Do you experience that your
Mhm.
friend gave you advice um, whenever you're feeling, not feeling okay, and then your best friend is always saying, "No, don't worry, Yvonne, that would be fine. Everything will be okay." And yeah, that's what I like, when it comes to having a best friend. That's what I like about it. Because they were gonna also help us. And then also, whenever we're doing something bad or wrong, they are also there to guide us. Like, that's kind of bad, so you don't have to, uh, you know, don't do it again or do it better next time. Okay? So, just last
Mhm.
one. If we can just continue with the last question that we have, okay? And then after that, we're
Okay.
done for the day. A real friend is one
Oh,
who walks in when the rest of the world walks out. So, what do we, what do you mean by that?
okay. Um. Okay. A friend uh supports you uh anytimes, even even uh, even in a tough
Even in a
situation.
tough situation, yeah, that's right. So, you said a friend support you anytime, even in a tough situation. So we can just simply use the word anytime, all right? Because don't put
Mhm.
S on this. So I'll just go into highlight this very quick and then I'll just include my correction in here. But you know what? That is correct, Yvonne. Like our friends support us even if those rough times or those tough times, they are not judging us because they are not a judge to, judge us because they are the only
Mhm.
people who knows all about us and they know for a fact that we didn't do it in purpose, especially the bad things or bad decision that we make. We didn't do it on purpose. So I can
Mhm.
say we can better say our friend is there, always there to support us even during um, even during a tough situation, as what you said.
Mm.
So just simple as that. Okay?
Okay.
So a friend supports us anytime, even in a tough situation, or we can better say our friend is always there to support us even during a tough situation, or even in a tough situation. Let's just use that. Even in a tough situation. Okay? So we can just simply word
Mhm.
that.
Okay.
Now, situation, let's just include that in our vocabulary. All right? I'll just insert the meaning in here. But you know what? I really have fun, today. I really appreciate you express yourself. And don't worry, we're gonna go ahead and practice on that for you to be more comfortable with me or with teacher. And then if you wishes to continue your, study here with PNP, I can definitely make sure that our teachers will help you out. All right? Okay. If you have any
Okay.
question, before I let you go, Yvonne, just tell me. Do you happen to have any questions so far with our lesson for today? Okay.
No,
Well,
no
thank you so much
question.
for your time, Yvonne. I really do appreciate your time with me. Okay. And if you don't have any
Mhm. Okay.
question, I think that would be all for today. And thank you so much for your
Okay.
time, all right? And yeah, you can now take your lunch if you're about to, and me, I'm about to cook my lunch as well. All right. All right. Thank you,
Okay.
Yvonne. Once again, this is Teacher Julie. Bye
Thank you.
bye. See you.
Okay.
Bye.
See you. Bye bye.